What's good? What's good? So today I'm back with another video. I know it's been a minute, but it's been a lot of stuff going on with me, studio, things just going on with me in general as far as music goes all around. So if you can see now, I'm using my studio mic. Well, this is the mic I usually use to record my artists. But I recently just purchased a blue kiwi, and y'all know how much I talk about that mic. That's one of my favorite mics of all time. And I will say, man, with all of the love and support and all of the support I've been getting at the studio, I bought the mic about a week ago, and I already made enough to pay the mic off already. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad everybody been reaching out to me lately, booking these sessions. I've been stepping up my quality. And the purpose of this video is not about the blue kiwi, but I did make one other purchase. Now, I went out and I got me the Heritage Audio Tubesessor. And if you can hear me, I'm coming through it right now. I usually record hit around -3 dB on the gain reduction. That's usually how I usually like to go in. I usually don't record too high going into it. To me, I like the sound of it going in a little bit lower without stressing the preamp, my SSL. So maybe if I had a different preamp, I could go a little bit hotter with the Heritage Audio. But I do like the way it sounds coming out of this SSL. Well, really, that SSL sounds better when you don't hit the preamp too hard with it. It still captures everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have all of the depth and definition there. But yeah, like just adding on some compression and stuff afterwards really sounds a lot better than coming in too hot coming out of that SSL alpha channel. So yeah, let me talk about my Tubesessor, man. So I purchased the Tubesessor maybe about a week ago too. I was using it with this mic at first. I got great results out of it. I might take my camera over there and just show y'all like the basic rundown of what I feel like is some of the best settings for rap vocals. At least coming out of like a SSL style preamp like I have. But yeah, I'll show y'all like my basic settings, what you should be doing, what you should be looking for, and all of that type of stuff. For me, let me show you. So, where is it? Right here. Now, this is what, you know what I'm saying? This is what I was using right here. This is the Golden Age Comp 3A Junior. Now, I got a lot of hits out of this, and if you seen my shorts, you will know what I recorded with this compressor right here. Just go check out my shorts if you want to see. But yeah, the Tubesessor compared to like that Golden S3A, it really doesn't compare to me. Now, I will say, some people will say that some of the Golden Age stuff, including the 3A, is a little bit muddy. But for me, I feel like, a little mud is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what kind of style you want to mix, how you want to mix. Like, if you want to get a lot of depth from your vocals in the lower ranges, you can get depth that way. But like, if you're using something like the Heritage Audio, then you're gonna get more of that depth around like the 1K range, a little bit higher up. But I did, like, when I first set up the Tubesessor, the side chain was not engaged on it, and I felt like it was a little bit too thin because I was so used to getting, so much thickness. I was used to getting so much thickness out of the Comp 3A. But I will say that, like, the Tubesessor is a lot hotter. So, like, you get a lot more oomph and depth to your vocals. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really, with that Tubesessor, like, you really just, once you get it inside of the Pro Tools or Logic, whatever you're using, you pretty much just using that to just to spruce it up a little bit. It already sounds great. Like, you can do like a little bit of compression, throw a little bit of EQ on there, and that can be it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to go more in depth, you can, but it's just throwing like a little bit of EQ and a little bit of compression on there, maybe limit a little bit. It's ready to go already. You know what I'm saying? And it's great for people like me who try to get clients in and out of the studio within an hour. Like, if you give them their mixes, they good to go. You know what I'm saying? They gonna love their mixes. The vocals are already gonna sound great, thick and powerful without you doing, a little bit to it. It's gonna sound great coming out of the Heritage Audio, man. So I really recommend the Heritage Audio Tubesessor if you can afford it. Now it is a little bit steep. I actually paid $2,500 for mine. With taxes. Sweetwater had it on eBay like a best offer. I went in at 2,000 and they whatever you want to call it. They came back with an offer of, I think they came back with 2,375, something like that. So 2,375, and like with taxes, it went to like 2,500, right around, the advertised price. So all right. So I took that. Say I take that instead of paying 2,600 or whatever it was gonna be, before that. But yeah, let me go over. I'm gonna show y'all my basic settings of what I'm using as of right now within a week. Tubesessor, man, if you can hear me, you hear how good I'm sounding right now coming out of it. So yeah, let me show y'all. Okay, so hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm a little bit away from the mic right now, just so I can show you what's going on. So this is the basic rundown. If you've seen the CL1B, this is like a recreation of that, but it does have a few extra features. You see right here. I don't know if I can zoom in a little bit. So right here, you do get saturation and you get like different levels. And this is like all the way up. All the harmonics, you know what I'm saying. That's as much as you can get right there. I usually keep it around here, or I might go medium right there. I usually go right here though. Keep it right there. Alright, you got your gain control right here on top. Now, it doesn't actually have a makeup gain on it, but you can use this as your makeup gain for when you set. You just use this as your makeup gain. But even though this is an optical compressor, they usually only have like the LA2A and stuff. They usually only have 2 knobs on it, but this one does have like all of the settings of any other kind of compressor. So you do get your threshold, and you get your ratio, and you get side chain and all that. So like I said, when I first got it, let me see if I can zoom in about as far as I can go. Okay, so you got your attack, you got the release right here. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, this is where you pick. This is where you pick how you want your release to be. Like you can have it manual. Like I got my release going to manual, or you can have it fixed and it had like a certain fixed release time on it and all that. Like I said, side chain. I do have mine on right now just because I wanted to add a little bit more depth back into my vocal. So I got it like on 160. I got it on 160 just to get some of that oomph down there. I like to get that oomph in the right vocals because it helps to cut through. Like I said, like I like to get my vocals to cut through more down low than up high. Like I like the high end sizzle that this gives you, but I you know what I'm saying, I like very thick vocals, man. It's just how I like to do mine or whatever. So I don't know if you can see. Just pick it up quick. Like, I don't know if you can see this coming through, but like I like to have this hitting around -3 when I'm recording in. Right now it's not doing much because I'm not close to this mic at all. But yeah, that's basically how I like to have this set. Swing it back around for y'all. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. So yeah, these are my basic settings. If you want to look, like my gain is not up high at all. Threshold, not that high at all. Like I said, I'm barely hitting -3 with it, and it's sounding great. Like you got to think of this Tubesessor being more of like a color box, man, because you're gonna add a lot of depth and to them vocals, bro. Like you really don't need much with this. You know what I'm saying? Like the compression is just like an added feature to it. Honestly, like the reason why you buy something like this is for the sound of it. Like 90% is for the sound of it. Like a compressor is gonna compress. Like it sounds good compressing because you can hit it to like -7 and it barely sounds like it's compressing. So it's a great compressor. But you know what I'm saying? Like the main goal of this is the sound. Like you can get this, and like you know what I'm saying. If you seen my other video, I still have my preamp. Like this is the VHD system. If y'all, you know, if you remember seeing my other video about this, this is the VHD system. And when you have it all the way, the third harmonics, this is like a Neve style. So just think of this like it's my 1073 CL1B. Neve style, CL1B style compressor. Going into a great blue mic. I do got, like I said, I do got the Kiwi now. But yeah, this also sounds great on the Blueberry as well, if you can hear. So yeah, this is like the cheaper version of the main setup in, you know, the big studios. You know what they used to have? Neve 1073. Going into the CL1B, going into like a Sony or U87. So we got SSL. This was $1,200 mic pre. Turn up the VHD on it all the way up. Get that Neve style sound. Turn it all the way up. Going into the Tubesessor. This is like $1,000 cheaper than the CL1B. So going into my mic that I, you know what I'm saying, I got that used. Because you know they don't make the Kiwi anymore. So I got it like for like $850, and that's usually like a $2,000 mic. So I got that for $850. So all this together is gonna add up to be about half of the price of the big studio sound, but it's gonna get you very close to that sound. You know what I'm saying? Like I say 95% of the way. That very thick sounding, great sounding vocals. You know what I'm saying? Very hitting hard, a lot of depth. It's gonna get you there 95% of the way, man. Like so this is just a way you can save you some money. Go with something like this. I don't know if they still make this the alpha channel anymore, but you can get the pre. You can get it where it's like 4 of the pre's, and they do have the VHD on them. So you can get that 4 pre's. You get 4 pre's for less than the price of one Neve 1073. You can get the Tubesessor, $1,000 less than the CL1B. Something like a blue Kiwi like I got, or like the Blueberry right there that I'm recording through. Half the price, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a quit rambling. But yeah, I just want to show y'all my basic settings on what I'm doing, how it's sounding, all of that good stuff. So yeah, I recommend this to anybody that's gonna step your game up. You know what I'm saying? I have got me some plug-in Alliance plugins too. So all 3 of those combined, bro, just taking the studio to the next level, and the clients are loving it. So recommend anything to you, I recommend this. Like I start off this pre. That's what you need first. If you can't afford this yet, get the pre, bro. You need this. A good mic. It don't gotta be a blue. And at least a decent compressor like that Comp 3A, just to get you started, bro. Like you could really run a studio just from that. But this Heritage Audio, this Tubesessor, it's gonna take you to the next level if you can afford it, bro. Yeah. All right, I'm gone.